Morning, guys. Happy Monday. It's really cold. Which is fine, because I don't have to be out in it, but, whew. So yeah, here's the deal. Being in Texas, we are not prepared for this kind of cold for this long of a period. Um, we did all the, recommended prep and everything, and, we seem to be okay so far, except for, our kitchen sink has appeared to have frozen a little bit. So that's not great, because that's the one we use the most by far. But it's okay, we'll deal with it. But yeah, so the Texas power grid is not handling everyone cranking up their heaters all the time very well. So they're recommending that you keep your heat around 68 degrees. And people are, this is a slight inconvenience to me in an effort to help others, so I'm not gonna do it. It's the same. It's the anti-masker argument. This is a slight inconvenience to me. I'm not gonna do it. This might help other people, but what about me? Just so yeah, we're taking the power away because y'all can't behave. No electricity for you. You thought you were cold before? You're gonna learn today. Anyway, that's my little frustrated rant. So, we're gonna go as long as we can today. Um, for the record, everything else is turned off except for the computer and these two lights right here. Well, and the light that I have going on the plants. That's it. Our thermostat is at 61. And look, I'm wearing a hoodie! Inside! It's ludicrous! Okay, sorry. And it's like, I get some people have medical conditions and stuff, and that's fine. That's not who I'm angry at. uh, anyway. Work is canceled for Brood, so he's been trying to sleep because he really didn't sleep last night. But everyone's been texting, so I doubt he's been able to sleep for the past hour. Plus, I was trying to do stuff this morning and be quiet, and then managed to run into everything that makes loud noises, so... Yeah, he's gonna need a nap later. But yeah. So the power outages are supposedly going to last for the next several days. We haven't had one yet, but people near us have lost their power for about an hour or so. So yeah, that's how long the planned outage is supposed to be. About 40 minutes to an hour, sometimes a little bit longer if they need to get rid of a little more wattage to keep the power grid in check. And then we've got people going, okay, but my power's been out for 5 hours. Okay, that's not because of the power company. That's because you've got a legit outage. That's the weather, that's not anybody else. Okay. Let's go help out Tali. That is next on our progression list. So we get to go hang out with the migrant fleet. ship's just big balls. I don't know, that seems inefficient. I mean, they look cool, but like a big cube would allow them a little more space. Alright, let's dock. Oh my god. And yeah, now everyone's talking. One second. Alright. So yeah, I normally love winter, and I am enjoying the snow quite a bit. But, I don't enjoy all of the static. I've shocked myself so many times this morning. I'm very upset about it. Okay, we're saving points for energy drain. And probably saving points for shield boost there. Let's see. The black hole gun is great, but we're gonna go ahead with the arc projector. And Legion, you need to stand back, buddy, because that's gonna zap you too.
This is tali'zorah Vasnima Naraya, requesting permission to dock with the Raya.
Our system has your ship flagged as Cerberus. Verify.
After time adrift among open stars, along tides of light and through shoals of dust, I will return to where I began.
Permission granted. Welcome home, tali'zorah.
We'd like a security and quarantine team to meet us. Our ship is not clean.
Understood. Approach exterior docking cradle 17.
Unclean.
I don't think it's a good idea to bring a
Get that damn thing off my ship before you start an incident that makes the Ascension Project fiasco with Cerberus look like a slow day on garbage detail.
Almost hit that renegade. Yes, Shepard, tell him to calm down.
The Geth is with me. I'll take responsibility for it.
The hell you will. This is my ship. If it goes hostile, it's my responsibility. I want no part of it. I'm letting you aboard as a favor to Tali. The Geth is too much. Leave it on your ship.
No.
This is your ship and I'm a guest, but Legion is part of my team. Unless you want to shoot me, we're both coming aboard.
Or I could kick you both off. No one here likes Geth or Cerberus. I can't guarantee your safety.
I can guide them away from the more militant elements of the crew.
There are a lot more militants these days, tali'zorah. And given the charges against you, it's only getting worse.
What do you mean?
They're charging you with bringing active Geth into the fleet as part of a secret project.
That's insane. I never brought active Geth aboard. I only sent parts and pieces.
That's right, I was the one who brought an active Geth aboard. Right now.
You sent Geth materials back to the migrant fleet?
Yes, my father was working on a project. He needed the materials. If I sent back something that was only damaged, not permanently inactive, no, I checked everything. I was careful.
Technically, I'm under orders to place tali'zorah under arrest pending the hearing. So, Tali, you're confined to this ship until this trial is over.
Thank you, Captain.
Preparations got underway as soon as you arrived. The hearing's being held in the Garden Plaza. Good luck.
So yeah, this goes a little bit differently if you don't bring Legion along, but we specifically waited so that we could. Because people are not happy that he's here.
You should speak with Admiral Ran. She's waiting for you up ahead.
Auntie Ron!
I can't believe they're charging tali'zorah with such a thing.
Okay, that's it.
The captain let it get onto the ship. I'm lodging a complaint.
Ooh.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Tali'zorah is guilty. Tali'zorah arrived with a Geth. What more proof do the admirals need?
Okay, that's fair.
Tali'zorah and Hafara are out of control. This is on their heads. The captain let it get onto the ship. I'm
Okay.
lodging a complaint.
Tali'zorah of us, Normandy. I am glad you came. I could delay them only so long.
Auntie Ron! Shepherd Vas Normandy, this is Admiral Shalaran Vas Tonbe. She's a friend of my father's. Wait, Ron, you called me Vas Normandy.
I'm afraid I did, Tali. The Admiralty Board moved to have you tried under that name, given your departure from the Nima.
You're an admiral. Does that mean you're one of the judges?
I'm afraid not. My history with Tali and her father forced me to recuse myself.
I imagine father had to do the same.
You'll see inside, Tali. For my part, I moderate and ensure that the rules of protocol are followed, but I have no vote in the judgment.
I take it being associated with a human ship is a bad sign.
They stripped me of my ship name. That's as good as declaring me exiled already.
It's not over yet, Tali. You have friends who still know you as tali'zorah Vas Nima. Whatever we must call you legally.
I guess we should get started. Does Tali have a defense counselor? Someone who speaks for her side.
Indeed, she does, Captain Shepard. She is part of your crew now, recognized by Quarian law. And remember, an accused is always represented by his or her ship's captain.
Ah, crap.
So, you would actually speak for my defense?
This is a terrible idea.
I'll do everything in my power to help you, Tali.
Thank you, Shepard. I could not ask for a better counselor.
Our legal rules are simple. There are no legal tricks or political loopholes for you to worry about.
Oh, good.
Present the truth as best you can. It will have to be enough. Now come. I promised that I would not delay you. This conclave is brought to order. Blessed are the ancestors who kept us alive, sustained us, and enabled us to reach this season. Keep us alive. The accused tali'zorah Vas Normandy has come with her captain to defend herself against the charge of treason.
Security! A Geth is present in the courtroom. Does tali'zorah think to affect this hearing with threats?
Captain Donna allowed the Geth aboard. Do you intend to second-guess the Raya's captain, Admiral Chorus?
Objection withdrawn.
Shepard Vas Normandy, your crew member tali'zorah stands accused of treason. Will you speak for her?
I love when they're like, she brought a Geth here, and Legion's going, oh, where? Where's that Geth?
If it helps Tali, I will. but in her heart, she remains tali'zorah Vasnima, a proud member of the migrant fleet. I regret that her captain is forbidden to stand at her side today.
Nobody has been forbidden from anything. It is a simple...
Lie to them if you must, Zalcoris, but don't lie to me and expect me to stay silent. The human is right.
Admirals, please. Shepard's willingness to represent tali'zorah in this hearing is appreciated. Tali, you're accused of bringing active guests to the migrant fleet. What say you?
How could Tali have brought Geth to the fleet while serving on the Normandy?
To clarify, Shepard, Tali isn't accused of bringing back entire units, only parts that could spontaneously reactivate.
But I would never send active Geth to the fleet. Everything I sent was disabled and harmless.
Then explain how Geth seized the lab ship where your father was working.
What are you talking about? What happened?
As far as we can tell, Tali, the Geth have killed everyone on the Alarai. Your father included.
What? Oh, Keela.
Yeah, that's great to spring on somebody in the middle of their treason trial. Come on, guys.
I appreciate the need for this trial, Admirals. But right now, our first concern must be the safety of the migrant fleet. The Normandy stands ready to assist in whatever capacity necessary.
Thank you. Quarry and strike teams have attempted to retake the ship, so far without success.
Shepard, we have to take back the Alarai.
The safest course would be to simply destroy the ship. But if you are looking for an honorable death instead of exile...
I'm looking for my father, you Boshtet!
You intend to retake the Alarai from the Geth? This proposal is extremely dangerous.
With your permission, Admirals, yes. The good of the fleet must come first. And Tali needs to find her father.
Agreed. And if you die on this worthy mission, Tali, we will see that your name is cleared of these charges.
We can discuss that later.
Then it is decided. You will attempt to retake the Alarai. You are hereby given leave to depart the Raya. A shuttle will be waiting at the secondary docking hangar. Be safe, Tali. This hearing will resume upon your return, or upon determination that you have been killed in action.
Alright, so if we die, she's off the hook.
Thank you for agreeing to take back the Alarai, Shepard. The Admiral sounds sure that my father is already dead, but... I don't know. We won't know anything until we get there.
How are you holding up? They just threw a lot of fire at you, even before telling you about your father.
I knew this would be bad, but I guess you're never really prepared to be charged with treason. And my father, I don't know. He could still be alive. They don't know for certain that he's dead. I just don't know, Shepard, and I need to find out.
Is there anyone here you want to talk to before we go?
We can talk with the Admirals. It might help us to see what their viewpoints are. But I doubt we'll change anyone's mind by talking to them privately.
Alright, let's try anyway.
Let's go.
Right. The sooner we get to the Alarai, the sooner we'll know what happened.
Shepard, the secondary docking hangar is through the conclave chamber where you are now. The shuttle they have provided is unarmed.
Understood.
Whatever Geth are on the Alarai have likely built more of themselves. Expect heavy resistance.
Come on, let's introduce all of them to Legion.
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Tali'zorah is guilty.
Hey, it's Vitor.
Shepard? How did you get onto the Raya?
Shepard is here to help me with my trial.
Oh yes, I heard about that. I hope you didn't really do what they said you did.
No, Vitor. I would never endanger the fleet.
Oh, well, good. So, can I help you with anything? I mean, probably not, but you helped me.
Aww.
Tali could use some friends right now. Would you be willing to tell the Admirals how she helped you?
No, I mean, yes, but I already did. They came to see me. I didn't want to talk in a crowd.
Vitor is doing well, but he isn't ready for a public speech just yet.
I talked to them. So did that soldier, Cal Rieger. We both told them about how you helped us. I hope it helped.
I'm sure it did, Vitor. Thank you.
Yay.
Do you remember anything else about the Collectors? Anything at all?
Nothing new. I'm sorry. Every time I go back to that place in my mind, I
Vitor, come back. It's okay.
want to help, but I can't. I didn't see anything, and what I remember...
Don't worry, Vitor. We're going to find the things that did this, and we're going to kill them.
Good. Thank you.
Take care of yourself, Vitor. Not many could have gone through what you did and come out sane.
I know. I didn't. But thank you, Commander. It's only because of your help that I've come this far.
Oh, Vitor. He's doing his best. Admiral Zen. Admiral Morrigan.
Tali'zorah, given the circumstances, are you certain that speaking to me is appropriate?
I'm looking for information about the Alarai. I don't intend to bribe you in the middle of the plaza, Admiral.
And what a wonderful specimen this is. Geth's shell over standard mech interior. Or did you convince a Geth to work with you?
Legion is working with me voluntarily. It's part of my team.
It has a name. Fascinating. The things I could learn under slightly different circumstances.
This platform is not available for experimentation.
Charming. I am pleased to see that the humans, at least, have not abandoned synthetics. This whole trial is a farce born of fear.
Hey, Galaxy. How you feeling, dude?
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Little. We detected several communication signatures before the Geth jammed the comm systems. Given the likely networked intelligence requirements for taking over a ship, expect between 10 and 50 units.
Then this can't have anything to do with me. I only sent parts and pieces, and certainly not enough to make that many Geth.
Yeah, that's a few Geth.
Sounds like your ideas about synthetics are in the minority.
Yes, at least on the Admiralty board, Hangerel sees an enemy that must be crushed. Zalcorus would run away and hide on some new colony world. Shalaran is still undecided. I had thought Rael to be firmly in Han's camp, but if his experiments were on active Geth, perhaps we have ideas in common.
If we don't find Rael alive on the Alarai, what do you think will happen?
The power balance will be disrupted. Han loses a vote for his foolish and self-destructive war. That would favor peace then, as Shalaran is too careful to risk her own neck. But if the Admiral replacing Rael agrees with me, things could become very exciting.
You support experiments on living creatures.
Rael should have felt no more guilt experimenting on Geth than I did while performing surgery on a childhood toy.
The fact that you performed surgery on your childhood toys explains a great deal, Admiral.
A ship travels faster than I can. With the right programming, it can choose locations, even defend itself when attacked. But it is just a machine. It was built for the sole purpose of serving its master, and it can be dismantled whenever its master desires.
Nice, I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, the, weather's, interesting, that's for sure. Not as much snow as last time, but we have a lot of wind today. It's actually made kind of a little snow dune in our backyard. It's kind of cute. And our kitchen faucet appears to have frozen. Not completely, but if I, you know, turn it to full power, it just kind of trickles, so that's not great. Yeah, have you been seeing what people are commenting on the, preparedness instructions? I had to stop myself because it was just making me angry.
If you're not interested in this trial, why not recuse yourself?
And let that aging warship Hangerel and the cowardly Zalcorus be the ones to chart this course? I think not. The broader purpose underlying the trial is too important. Tali'zorah is only peripherally related. No offense intended.
And what is the true purpose of this trial, Admiral?
To determine whether Quarians should fear their past mistakes or reclaim their glory using our natural affinity for artificial intelligence.
So the only reason you care about this is because Rael might have learned something valuable from the Geth.
Indeed. If he has, then even in this accident we may find something worthwhile.
You want to create new AIs?
No, Tali'zorah. I wish to return the Geth to the control of their rightful masters, the Quarian race.
Geth behavioral changes from hacking only last until programs are restored from archival copy. We judge this plan unsound, Creator Admiral.
For once, Legion, we agree.
We shall see, marvelous machine. We shall see.
Local government's being worried that pipes might burst. Yeah. Yeah, the city and emergency responders and plumbing companies are going to be busy for quite a while. People are still out trying to drive in this. It's just... it's not good. We are not prepared for this at all.
Thank you for the information.
It was a pleasure to meet you, Commander.
Rieger.
Shepard, tali'zorah, good to see you both. Wish you were under better circumstances.
What did they get from our readings?
Damnedest things, just like they said. No way the sun on Haystrom should have been acting that way.
So that dark energy theory is right. That's troubling.
Can't really comment on that, ma'am. I just shoot things.
Good old Rieger.
What are you doing aboard the Raya? It sounds like you gave your report to the Admiralty already.
Well, I stayed to argue the charges against tali'zorah. I've served with her and she deserves better than what she's getting.
Thanks, Cal.
Just stating facts, ma'am.
Have you had any luck talking to the Admiralty board?
Admiral Ron asked my opinion about the Geth since I'd fought on Haystrom. She and Admiral Gerrel are hoping you'll kill a bunch of Geth to get the crowd on your side, then find evidence to clear your name. They were hesitant, but, well, you didn't have many other options, ma'am. I recommended getting you onto the Alarai. I hope you can handle it.
You did the right thing. Thank you.
You said that your mission had something to do with dark energy?
Right. Remember the damn sun on Haystrom? Shorted out everything. Way too much radiation? The sun's getting old. Only it's not. Dark energy. It's reducing the mass of the star's interior. Techs are worried.
Do you think the Geth are responsible for what's happening to Haystrom's sun?
Keela, I hope not. If they can screw up a star, our chances in war are even worse than I thought.
I don't think this is the Geth. It would take massive time and resources to affect a star like this deliberately. It's too inefficient to be a weapon, and even the Geth wouldn't destroy a useful star system. Besides, they didn't show up until we did.
Yeah, hope you're right, ma'am. Synthetic bastards are bad enough as it is.
Yeah, Claudia's delivery on that line's pretty good.
What does that dark energy buildup mean? Is it something we should worry about?
Sorry, Shepard, I don't know what it means. Just that it has the scientists worried.
Hopefully it's isolated, some rare phenomenon. If dark energy can destabilize solar material. Probably not something to worry about now. But resources in this galaxy are scarce enough without stars suddenly going dead.
Some days I think flying around in the fleet without a planet of our own is the right idea.
And that's the last we're gonna hear about the dark energy thing.
Have you been, Rieger? You took kind of a beating on Haystrom.
Physical damage wasn't bad. I was down for about a week with infection, though. Figure I got off easy. I don't have to face those admirals.
With your immune systems, it couldn't be easy for Quarians to fight a war. You'd lose more people to infection than injury.
We can't afford a frontline attack, that's for sure. Have to fight smart. Ideally from orbit.
We do have stockpiles of antibiotics. It's not as though everyone would die from a single shot.
No, Shepard's right. You've only seen our strike ops tally. Don't have all the fancy equipment in a frontline fight. Supplies get strained. Things get ugly, fast.
We should get going.
Good luck on the Alarai. Stay safe out there.
Alright, that was pleasant.
Tali'zorah arrived with a geth. What more proof did the Admiral need?
Don't look at him. He's fine.
You set me up, Shala. You told Captain Donna not to say anything? I don't hear that my father may be dead until I'm in the trial? Why?
The Admirals needed to hear the shock in your voice, Tali. Otherwise, they might not have let you try to retake the Alarai. That is your best chance at recovering evidence that can exonerate you. I am sorry. We cannot afford sensitivity, Tali.
Yeah, that still wasn't great, though.
I know you're trying to help her, Admiral, but that was over the line.
She has nobody else to speak for her, Shepard. I am doing everything in my power. That's what her father would have wanted.
Don't say it like that. He could still be alive on that ship.
You should get to the Alarai soon. Is there anything else I can tell you?
Oh my god, tell me all the things.
What can you tell us about the Alarai?
Not much, I'm afraid. Tali'zorah only said that he was researching new defense technology.
He told me only that he needed any Geth parts or pieces I found. I assumed he was testing weapons on Geth components.
We knew nothing until the Alarai sent a distress signal, then went dead. We didn't even know about the Geth until a boarding team was attacked.
You're saying there's no data about the inside of the ship?
That's exactly what I am saying.
Great.
The Marines who survived and escaped saw bodies in the halls. We must assume the worst.
No, we don't.
How long have you known Tali's family?
Since before Riel was an admiral. 25 or 30 years, I'd guess. I was there when Tali was born. Her mother and I had synced up our suits so we could be in the same open-air room. I was sick for a week, but it was worth it. I was the one who took Tali from her mother and put her in the bubble. She cried so hard.
I don't understand. You put your children in bubbles?
Environmental units. It's a step between relying on the mother's immune system through nursing and getting a suit of one's own.
The bubbles let parents take their children out of the clean room safely. We don't wear suits until adolescence.
There's a celebration when a child gets her first suit. It's a coming of age.
That's gotta be rough.
I'm not hearing much about Rael's involvement in Tali's life.
It's difficult to explain. I shouldn't.
It's all right, Hanshala. No secrets between shipmates. I think I told Shepard about my father.
If you say so. Riel was committed to the Quarian cause. That didn't leave him a lot of time for his family. He wanted to give Tali and her mother the home world, or a strong fleet at least. That was how he showed his love.
What kind of evidence will carry weight with the Admirals?
Tali, you admitted to sending Geth parts to your father for his project.
Yes, but never anything that could have come back online on its own. I took every possible precaution.
Then find records of your shipment and experiments. Something that proves you were careful. Something that proves that this is all just a terrible accident that nobody could have foreseen.
There seem to be some
Sure,
other
that's what it
arguments
was.
going on among the Admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the home world.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
I know the migrant fleet is formidable, but even you can't take on the Geth.
We grow tired of wandering the stars, Shepard. We want our world back. We have paid enough for our mistake. I'm not giving you my opinion. I'm telling you which way the wind is blowing.
The Geth situation isn't as simple as you think. Not all of them worship the Reapers.
I don't think the other admirals would care about that. They want the homeworld back, and they want all Geth destroyed.
Shala, don't you want to see us retake the homeworld?
I don't think we can, Tali. But it may not be about what I think.
You just wait.
There seem to be some other arguments going on among the admirals.
You caught that? Yes, the Geth's presence makes this a touchy issue. The Admiralty Board is trying to determine whether to focus on colonial development or attempt to retake the homeworld.
You're thinking of war? With the Geth?
I am not, Tali, but others are.
Okay, sorry. We just did that one. We're good.
Move on.
Good luck on the Alarai.
Got another influx of text that I needed to check and see if it was anything. It was not.
Even during the healing, tali'zorah's first thought.
Let's see, we can talk to Geralt and Chorus. Alright.
Tali, I'm glad Admiral Rahn got you leave to hit the Alarai. Hopefully you'll find something that clears your name.
I'm more concerned with finding my father, Admiral.
I wish you luck. Blow up some Geth on the way. And your Captain Shepard, Admiral Hangerel Vasnima. You got Admiral Chorus backing up worse than a Krogan toilet. I'm glad to see Tali's captain knows how to handle a courtroom.
I'm just here to help Tali, Admiral.
I'm glad someone is.
You believe I'm innocent, don't you, Admiral?
I know you and your father. You put too much of yourselves into this fleet to do anything to jeopardize our safety. And you're both smart enough not to make mistakes like the ones they're saying you made.
Yeah, I've always found the whole, oh, we just all live in ships concept to be just... like, oh my god, try to find another planet to colonize or something, cause... how long can you guys stay like that? Somebody big decides to attack you, you're pretty much screwed.
Can you tell me anything about the Alarai?
Nothing good. We sent some of our best Marines into that hellhole. Damn few made it back. Whatever Rail was doing, it blew up in his face. A ship is crawling with Geth. Don't go in expecting survivors.
Admiral, my father, your friend, is on that ship.
I know that, Tali. But if Shala hadn't suggested you might volunteer, we'd already have destroyed the Alarai. That's where we stand.
Can you tell me about the other admirals? Anything that might help me change their minds about Tali?
The one you didn't recognize, Tali, is Admiral Zen. She's on the fence. She takes fleet safety very seriously. On the other hand, she's always been in favor of studying the Geth. I hope she sees the benefits of Rail's research. Admiral Chorus is the same whining soup wetter he always was.
You disagree with Admiral Chorus's policies, I'm guessing. Or is it personal?
The man is a damn Geth apologist. Thinks we were wrong to try to destroy them centuries ago. He wants us to search for new colony possibilities instead of taking back the home world. Any research on the Geth makes him angry. You don't have much of a chance with him, I'm afraid.
You and Tali's father go back a long ways?
We served together on the gunship Yaska during a bad Batarian raid. We were kids, serving pre-pilgrimage as trainees. Crew of 10, and 6 were dead. Kinetic barriers were down. Rail and I were alone on the bridge, and the Batarians had drawn off a tramp freighter.
Here we go with that logic again.
Did you save the freighter?
Our ship was under orders to hold position,
Well, yeah,
but
I
Rail
agree.
looked at me and said, "We're underage. They can't charge us for breaking formation." He took the helm, I took weapons, and we brought that freighter back. The crew called us heroes. The brass called us idiots. They slapped medals on our suits, then kicked us off to pilgrimage a bit earlier than usual. That's rail for you.
I'm pretty sure this guy is also voiced by, the guy that's that Dragon Age Origins character as well. I want to say he had like 3 big roles in this game.
Sounds like we're dealing with more politics than just Tali bringing back equipment.
You noticed that, did you? Tali's father wasn't just running weapons tests on the Geth for fun. He was looking for something to give us an edge when we attacked the Geth in full-scale war.
I know Father wants to retake the homeworld someday, but are we that close?
I don't know, kid. We almost had the votes. We just need to give people hope for victory.
I hope the Quarian people find some place to live, Admiral. But it sounds like you're playing with fire.
We're too comfortable now, Shepard. We've got the largest fleet in the galaxy and we just ride around doing nothing.
We might need that fleet to help fight the Reapers, Admiral.
Then we need a world to shelter our non-combatants while we do it.
The Geth on your homeworld aren't the same ones who worked with Saren. They have different factions.
Good. Maybe some of them will kill each other. Fewer for us to deal with. The only Geth that matter to me are the ones that took away our world.
Well, Legion's standing right here.
Thanks for the information.
Hang in there, kid.
Thank you, Admiral.
Alright. Let's have a little chat with the suit wetter.
Judging by your ability to play to a crowd, human, I have done Tali a favor by stripping Vas Nima from her name.
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zalcorus Vas Quibquib. Do not ask about the name.
I take no pleasure in this, Tali, truly. But you have gravely endangered and dishonored our fleet.
You have a ship named Quib?
Oh, here we go.
Our people have, during difficult periods, purchased pre-owned vessels from other cultures. And have, on occasion, had difficulty altering the ship's registry information. The citizens of these foreign-named ships have borne the stigma of these names with grace and honor.
If it bothers you, maybe you should find another ship.
I've occasionally entertained the idea of requesting a transfer. Something with a nice, respectable name, like the Defrons or the Ictomy. But I am proud of the Quib. And I will not flee because of petty insults.
Oh, God. This mission's great.
Can you tell me anything about the LRI?
Only that you should have let us destroy it. When we find the evidence of what Tali and her father did there, any hope of convincing the other admirals will die.
I did not bring active Geth to the Alarai, Admiral. I know how dangerous that would be. I only brought pieces.
The captured ship with its crew slaughtered by living beings in pain belies your argument.
Truly the most honorable names.
What exactly is your problem with my crew member, Admiral?
I respect Tali immensely. Her actions against Saren are to be lauded. But, like her father, she wants nothing but the destruction of the Geth. The people we created. The people we wronged.
The Geth drove us from our homeworld.
Of course they did. We tried to kill them.
Fair point.
You and the other admirals appear to have some disagreements beyond Tali's trial.
You are correct. Tali, I apologize for it being brought into your proceedings. The other admirals are pushing for war. Tali'zorah was researching new weapons to use against the Geth. They would see our fleet destroyed in the skies over our homeworld, rather than find a new colony and adapt.
Can the Quarians coexist with the Geth after all your history?
I don't know. We all deserve to find out. They are our children, Shepard. We have all done horrible things to each other, but it has to end. For both groups. That is why I cannot sanction whatever experiments you helped enable, tali'zorah. I believe this message needs to be sent.
I understand, Admiral. I do not agree with you, but I understand.
Okay, that was civil.
Do you think the Geth would be willing to accept a truce with Quarian's Legion?
We did not seek hostilities with creators. We fought for continued existence.
So your people would be open to peace?
Not without additional data that suggests coexistence is possible or desirable for creators. When the creators have believed victory is possible, they have attacked us 100% of the time.
I understand. It would be difficult to argue for peace when faced with odds like those. That does not mean the argument should not be made.
We should move on.
Goodbye, tali'zorah. Be well.
I'm surprised to hear you say that.
I don't hate you, Tali. I just think your father's plans for war were wrong.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, have we missed anything over here, or are we good to go?
The captain let it get onto the ship.
Talk to all of them. Alright, we're good. No way!
Loyalty to the fleet is about more than just killing Geth. Tali'zorah is guilty.
This is just the way back out. We're not allowed to leave. That's fine.
The captain let it get onto the ship. I'm not going to protect.
Where's the door that I want? And it begins.
If anyone can retake the Alarai, tali'zorah can.
There we go. I didn't see the little green thing because the thing was blocking it. I have a huge discussion brewing up on the topic of AI in general and Geth specifically. Suggest we crack it after peace in Mass Effect 3. Okay. We can do that.
Tali'zorah arrived with a Geth. What more proof do the admirals need?
Even during the hearing, tali'zorah's first thought is to protect the fleet.
Isn't that where the ship model is? I thought it was in this room. Like behind some crates. Is it in another room that looks like this?
If anyone
or do
can
we get it when
retake
we
the
come
Alarai,
back?
tali'zorah can.
Oh, it's on the Alarai? Okay, cool.
Is that really a Geth, tali'zorah? The guards at the docking bay said...
Don't worry, it's under our control. With luck, it will help us retake the Alarai.
If you say so. Per Admiral Rand's orders, the shuttle is prepared for you and Captain Shepard of West Normandy.
Can you tell us anything about what we'll find on the Alarai?
I'm afraid I don't know much. Not many Marines made it back from the initial assault. They talked about massive waves of Geth, though. More than there should have been.
There shouldn't have been any at all.
Right. I mean that they're afraid the Geth are building or repairing more of themselves from materials on the Alarai.
Right on. Let's go.
Let's head to the Alarai.
Of course. I'll unlock the shuttle now. Good luck with those Geth, tali'zorah. Kila Selai.
Yeah, they did not like me bringing Legion aboard. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and set disruptors on everything. Not sure how much sniping I'm gonna do in here. This is kind of a close quarters area. Tally only has her explosive drone right now. Yeah, what were we doing with Cause yeah, we were saving all these for energy drain. But that's only 10. And then we'll only have 3 left, so we won't be able to get that. Like, we may as well take it at level 2, right? Because otherwise those points are just gonna be sitting there. Oh wait, we'll get energy drain. We'll get this first one for free. So we'll only need 9 here. And that will leave us with 4. I keep forgetting that one gets turned on automatically. Yeah. Yeah, let's ignore the AI hacking. Because honestly, I usually end up shooting whatever she hacks anyway, like right after she does it, and that just screws up her cooldowns. Then, whenever we get to Legions, we can do his shield boost thing. But that's still got a ways to go. Oh, she's dead.
Target contact.
Let's move up. Alright, looks like we might have a little bit of opportunity for the sniper. Just a little bit.
Hold on, Tim.
Right in the flashlight. Oh, okay, there is one.
Hold your fire!
Okay. That went well. Looks like I can snipe today. Or so it may seem. And we'll just be taking these credits.
Something's slowing down the systems. We're taking down the firewalls to rebalance load distribution. Tali'zorah ordered us to bypass standard safeties. Following security protocols will take too long.
Yeah, anytime someone's like, hey, yeah, let's ignore the safety protocols, things generally don't turn out great. here?
This is one of the storage units I sent to Father. Looks like parts from a disabled repair drone, plus a reflex algorithm that I didn't recognize. I got this on Haystrom.
What made a part worth sending back to your father?
It had to be in working order, something that could be analyzed and integrated into other technology. Anything new had priority. Technology the Geth had developed themselves, signs of modification, clues to their thinking.
How did you get these things to your father?
Sometimes I left packages and secured drops in
Amazon.
civilized areas. Someone on pilgrimage would see that it was shipped home. For very valuable finds, I'd signal home, and Father would send a small ship.
Haystrom was a war zone. How did you salvage gear in the middle of all that?
These suits have more pockets than you'd think. Quarians have learned how to salvage whatever we can, whenever we can. Within reason. We're not Vorcha, but we repair what most people would throw away. Hundreds of the ships in our fleet were salvaged wrecks, either found dead in space or purchased for next to nothing.
Okay, how many pockets does that suit have?
Does that salvaged gear give you a clue as to what happened here?
No, I don't know. Shepard, I checked everything I sent here. I passed up great finds because they might be too dangerous, prone to uncontrolled reactivation or self-repair. I don't know which possibility is worse. That I got sloppy and sent something dangerous, or that Father actually did all this.
Either way, it's not great. Get all those credits. That's exciting. Alright, we need to go that way. Let's see what's in here. Get hack this monitor, let's go. These are taking me a long time today. Oof.
This is valuable.
Ah, Geth shield strength. Cool.
Who's running the system diagnostic? I didn't authorize. Oh, Keela. How many Geth are networked?
All of them. Tali'zorah.
Shut it down. Shut everything down. They're in the system.
Way to go, guys. Good job. Good work, team.
Hostile spotted.
Okay. That's too high for me to peek out over the top. And I'll take these credits. The wall safe back there and a log. That was the only guy that was in here, alright.
With lockdown navigation, weapons are offline. Our mistake won't endanger the fleet. I'm burning through the door. I don't have much time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Jonah, if you get this, be strong for Daddy. Mommy loves you very much. Yeah, your sound came back just in time for you to hear that. Oh. I missed a laptop back here. This is fine, yeah.
has awakened. Galaxy says good afternoon. He's waving. You didn't sleep this morning either because everyone started texting. Put your phone on silent, homie.
Taking hits.
Do you see the kitchen sink? Yeah, the others are fine. The one that the wind was hitting. Yeah.
This console might have something. Most of the data is corrupted, but a few bits are left. They were performing experiments on Geth systems, looking for new ways to overcome Geth resistance to reprogramming.
Do you think testing weapons on the Geth was right?
It's not testing weapons on prisoners, Shepard. I only sent Father parts. Even if he assembled them, they wouldn't be sapient. You saw what Saren and Sovereign did with the Geth. Any research that gives us an advantage is important.
Do you know what kind of tests your father was running?
No, Father just told me to send back any Geth technology I could find that wasn't a direct danger to the fleet. I suspected he might be testing weapons, but I thought he was just working on new ways to bypass shields or armor.
Could any of that data clear your name?
Doubtful. This is mostly results data, effects of different disruptive hacking techniques. I don't understand all of it. But they may have been activating the Geth deliberately. I don't know. Nothing here says specifically, but if they were, then Father was doing something terrible. What was all this, Father? You promised you'd build me a house on the homeworld. Was this going to bring us back home?
Maybe it's time for your people to let go of reclaiming your world from the Geth.
You have no idea what it's like. You have a planet to go back to. My home is one whole breach away from extinction.
Exactly! So find another planet, take it over. Tali, you know how many uncharted planets we've been to? I know you do, because I took you along in the Mako. Come on.
You've got a place here, Tali. Don't throw it away in a war you don't need.
Don't need? Shepard, if I don't wear a helmet in my own home, I die. A single kiss could put me in the hospital. Every time you touch a flower with bare fingers, inhale its fragrance without air filters, you're doing something I can't. Damn the pilgrimage. Without it, I might never have known what I was missing, what we had lost when we lost our home world.
Find another world, Forehead.
Have the Quarians considered colonizing a new world?
We'd have enough difficulty reacclimating to our own native environment. Adjusting for exposure to a foreign colony would be even harder. It's the difference between 60 years and 600. For anyone alive now to watch a sunset without a mask, we must take back our home. At the very least, we can take back one ship. Come on.
People might like the planet with those ginger cows with hands. Oh, their creepy little hands. Like, eh. milks taste like. Ew. Ew, no. Oh my god. My brain short-circuited there. Ugh. You can not only milk them, but also handshake with them. Thank them for the milk. Yes, yes. Good job. Oh, I hit the Windows key. Oh, I had to click to get back in. Everything's terrible. Yay. Don't eat too many of those. We gotta heat up our leftovers before the power goes out. Now I'm just thinking about those little cow guys. Oh, their hands are so creepy. Oh no, that was my last sniper. No! Remember when I brought the arc projector specifically for this shield? Eh. That was okay. Yeah, let's hit him again. That's less fine. I think the probability of a blackout is high. Well, we've had a lot of people nearby, a lot of Rude's coworkers were saying that they've been having little blackouts all morning. So I'm thinking it's only a matter of time before they do our neighborhood. Yeah. I was really close to just saying, no, let's not stream, but this is supposed to last for like a few days until we get the power grid situation under control, so we're just gonna go and hope for the best. Because I don't want to take all week off. Yeah. Which, yeah, so why they're telling everybody to keep their heat at 68. And then, no, that's too cold! It's like, alright, if you have a device that enables you to access the internet and get on Twitter and whine about how it's too cold, I guarantee you also own a jacket and are capable of wearing it indoors. Come on!
First entry. Our hacking attempts failed. The Geth have an adaptive consciousness. Hack one process and the others autocorrect. Still, we're making progress. Tali'zorah is convinced we'll have a viable system in less than a year. This weapon will put our people back on the homeworld, and it's all because of Tali'zorah.
I know, right? This is a mild inconvenience to my daily lifestyle. I'm not gonna do it. This is supposed to help other people. Conserve just a little bit of power in large groups so that we can all have power and not have blackouts. No. I won't be doing that.
Father! No. You always had a plan. Masked life signs or an onboard medical stasis program maybe. You wouldn't. They're wrong. You wouldn't just die like this. You wouldn't leave me to...
Hey, come here.
Aww.
Damn it. Damn it. I'm sorry.
You got nothing to be sorry about.
Maybe he would have known I'd come. Maybe he left a message.
Their main hub will be on the bridge. You'll need to destroy it to stop their VI processes from forming new neural links. Make sure Hangerl and Darozen see the data. They must.
Thanks, Dad.
Brute says you have to destroy the Death Star, Tally. Also, this is going to be muted when I upload it to YouTube because this song is copyrighted, apparently. That's what happened last time. Yeah, I thought there was supposed to be a visual with that. Yeah, that's what happened in this mission. There's another, there's a part in, I think Mass Effect 3 that always gets muted. Well, actually, I think there might be several. This might be the weird one, actually. I think this one is blocked in, like, Czechoslovakia or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. But yeah. Let's copyright music in a video game. Great. Cool.
He knew you'd come for him. He was trying to help you. It's not perfect. It's not what you wanted. But it's the best he could do.
I don't know what's worse. Thinking he never really cared, or thinking that he did, and that this was the only way he could show it. It doesn't matter. One way or the other, I cared. And I'm here. And we're ending this.
But yeah, it's like, I understand if you take some pre-existing music, throw it in your game, sure, copyright claim that. Don't copyright claim the music that was specifically made for this game. Come on! Oh god, okay, hang on. There we go. Yeah, copyright is a strange thing to try to enforce. Mostly because the original laws are... well, the existing laws are ancient and very much need to be updated, but they never will. Because, you know, politicians in charge of making such a change are being paid off by the big companies that are profiting off of all of these DMCA strikes and lawsuits. Some games put their music in the game folder, by the way, for people to be able to listen to them easily. Oh yeah! Yeah, I'm thinking the reason so many of the tracks in 3 are being muted is because they tried to sell the soundtrack. And the soundtrack came free digitally with the collector's edition. There we go, there's our ship. But yeah, kind of ridiculous. That's a big boy. Tully, go. That's Legion. That's a problem. not friendly.
Threat neutralized.
Thanks, guys. No opportunity to snipe in this mission. Darn. As I snipe someone 5 feet away from me. Okay. Is that everything in this room? Looks like it. Let's get our evidence.
This console is linked to the main hub Father mentioned. Disabling it shut down any Geth we missed. It looks like some of the recordings remained intact. They'll tell us how this happened, what Father did.
You sound like you don't really want to hear it.
No. We have to. I know. This is terrible, Shepard. I don't want to know that he was part of this.
Do we have enough parts to bring more online?
Yes, the new shipment from your daughter will let us add 2 more Geth to the network.
We're nearing a breakthrough on systemic viral attacks. Perhaps we should inform the Admiralty Board, just to be safe.
No. We're too close. I promised to build my daughter a house on the home world. I'm not going to sit and wait while the politicians argue.
We'd have an easier time of it if tali'zorah could send back more working material.
Absolutely not. I don't want Tali exposed to any political blowback. Leave Tali out of this. Assemble new Geth with what we have. Bypass security protocols if need be.
It sounds like he was doing this for you.
I never wanted this, Shepard. Keela, I never wanted this. Everything here is his fault. I tried to pretend it didn't point to him, but this... When this comes up in the trial, they'll... We can't tell them. Not the Admirals, not anyone.
Tali, without this evidence, you're looking at exile.
You think I don't know that? You think I want to live knowing that I can never see the fleet again? But I can't go back into that room and say that my father was the worst war criminal in our people's history. I cannot.
It says renegade, or can I say this? I can't tell if this is gonna be like, your father's dead, Tali, move on, or if she's gonna be like, hey, this is like serious. Okay.
Tali'zorah doesn't need you to worry about him anymore. You heard him say he didn't want you to be caught in the politics.
You don't understand, Shepard. They would strike his name from the manifest of every ship he ever served on. He would be worse than an exile. He'd be a traitor to our people, held up for children as a monster in a cautionary tale. I can't let all the good he did be destroyed for this, Shepard.
We're not gonna decide anything here. Let's see what the Admirals say once we
Gonna
get back.
decide in 2 minutes.
You're my captain in this hearing, Shepard. It's your decision. But please, don't destroy what my father was. Come on. If we wait too long, they'll decide we're already dead, and none of this will matter.
Alright. Guys, we're back!
We need to face facts. There has been no word. There is no reason to think tali'zorah survived.
It sounds like the hearing is already underway.
We must trust Shepard's offer of assistance. It's only been a few hours.
The Quarian Marines lasted less than 5 minutes, Admiral. Call it.
A pity Shepard vast Normandy is a better speaker than a soldier. I recommend posthumously exiling tali'zorah.
What?
It was agreed that tali'zorah would not be convicted if she were killed in action.
It was suggested, Admiral. I recall no agreement. To that end, I call for an immediate vote.
No!
Very well. Is the Admiralty Board prepared to render judgment?
Sorry we're late.
Tali'zorah Vas Normandy saved the Alarai. I hope this proves her loyalty to the Quarian people.
Her loyalty was never in doubt, only her judgment.
Perhaps tali'zorah can offer something to encourage more trust in her judgment.
Did you find anything on the Alarai that could clarify what happened there?
Shepard, please.
Does Captain Shepard have any new evidence to submit to this hearing?
I love the Renegade Shepard here. It's so good. But we gotta Paragon this. She can't be responsible for her father's deeds. The Paragon line or rally the crowd, both are great. Have we done the Paragon one before? I'm trying to remember. Let's do the Paragon one, and then we'll rally the crowd on the next run.
Tali helped me defeat Saren and the Geth at the Citadel. That should be all the evidence you need.
I fail to see what relevance...
You're not really interested in Tali, are you? This trial isn't about her. It's about the Geth.
This hearing has nothing to do with the Geth.
You want people to sympathize with them. Han Garel wants to go to war. None of you care about Tali. She knows more about the Geth than any other Quarian alive. You should be listening to her, not putting her on trial. Tali'zorah saved the Citadel. She saved the Alarai. She showed the galaxy the value of the Quarian people. I can't think of stronger evidence than that.
Jesus.
Are the admirals prepared to render the judgment?
Okay, that was pretty good. I don't think I've seen that before.
tali'zorah, in light of your history of service, we do not find sufficient evidence to convict. You are cleared of all charges. Commander Shepard, please accept these gifts in appreciation for you taking the time to represent one of our people.
Don't go to war, though.
If you appreciate me, then listen. The Reapers are coming. I'm going to need your help to stop them. Please don't throw away your lives against the Geth.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. I hope this board carefully considers your advice.
This hearing is concluded. Go in peace, tali'zorah Vas Normandy. Kila Salai.
I can't believe you pulled that off. What you said. I've never had anyone speak like that on my behalf. Thank you for being there for my father and me. Even when... Thank you.
We can still go back in and get you exiled if you want.
Thanks. But I'm fine with things like this. It's fun watching you shout.
Same question. Shepard's like, forget your dad. You're my daughter now. Okay, good. Thank you.
Tali, about what your father said. What he did. You deserved better.
I got better, Shepard. I got you.
Come on, tali'zorah Vas Normandy. Let's get back to our ship.
Thank you, Captain.
I'll take it.
And the moment is gone. Damn damn it, Shepard! I don't think I've ever clicked on that. Where's the button to hug Tali some more? Let's talk to everybody before we leave.
A war with the
Tell me
Geth
more about
would
your
be a
ship.
disaster. We'd never retake the home world.
Very impressive, Shepard. Thank you for your help on the Alarai. And thank you for helping Rael'Zorah's daughter. You stood for her when we failed. We were wrong to let our own concerns about the war overshadow Tali's trial.
Come on.
The galaxy needs more people saying what you're saying, Admiral. Good luck.
Thank you, Commander.
Need to be able to read the choices.
You called us on the carpet out there, Shepard, and you were right. Thank you. Tali shouldn't have been involved in that argument. Tell me, though, honestly, what did you find over there? You spoke well, but I know a feint when I see it.
I'm gonna actually defer to Tali here.
Tali, is there anything the Admiral should know?
We found a lot of dead bodies, Admiral. Including my father's, that's all. Whatever research they were doing was destroyed.
I'll take your word for it, Tali. Not that I have much choice. Fight well, and fly safe, kid. Your father would be proud of you.
I'm gonna stand over here now. Indicating that the conversation is over.
The Admirals thought they were humbling you by forcing you to represent her, Shepard. I'm glad they were wrong. You didn't mention survivors. Did you find real Tali? I am sure he would have left you a message if he'd had time.
Oh, the top option would have been fine.
He did leave a message. Rael used his last words to give Tali orders. That's all that mattered to him.
I know how that might seem. But the fleet's safety was the gift Rael wanted to give to his daughter.
I never asked for that. It wasn't the gift I wanted.
I wanted a pony.
I know, but it's the only one he could give. Good luck on your mission. No matter how dark it gets, the fleet is always with you. Kila's alive.
Alright, how's everybody over here? Vitor, how you doing, buddy?
Tali'zorah was innocent after all.
Hello again, Commander. Good luck, Tali.
Aww.
Very impressive speech, Commander Shepard. But tell me truly, did you recover any of Rael'Zorah's research on the Alarai?
Nothing that will help you, Admiral.
Pity. Oh well. Whatever is created can be recreated. In any event, I am pleased that our talk regarding the war conundrum allowed you to help Tali. Her exile would have been unfortunate.
Had to send the whole shipment back. Oh, God. Her Destiny character is so annoying. It's easy, Math Guardian.
You should abandon your plans, Admiral. They're only going to make the situation worse.
We shall see, Commander. Many things are impossible until they are done.
Nice talking, Shepard. Funny how it takes a commander to remind the admirals about military honor. Glad they're off your back, ma'am. And that you didn't have to give them that evidence you found on the Alarai.
I didn't say anything about finding evidence, Carl.
Noticed that, ma'am.
What happened to that guy he was talking to?
Any idea?
Just
what
kind of
your
popped
next
out of
assignment is going
existence
to
there.
be?
I'm gonna be escorting more techs around to look for signs of dark energy buildup. Maybe see if they can figure out what's causing it. Wherever they send me, it'll have to be less exciting than Haystrom.
What's your take on the war? Are the Admirals going to try to retake the homeworld?
I won't shy away from a fight, but if the Admirals throw the fleet at the Geth, all they'll get back is scrap metal. The best bet would be for us to find another way. But a soldier can't say unless his superiors ask.
Stay safe out there, Rieger.
You too, Shepard. Ma'am.
Cal, just call me Tali.
I'll work on that, ma'am.
Aww.
The talk of war gives me hope. Maybe we can retake the whole world in my lifetime.
Perhaps. Alright, let us away.
Tali and Shepard are good at killing synthetics. Glad they're on our side.
What else you
The
got?
Tali'zorah was a good start, but there are lots more Geth out there that need killing.
He's right there.
I was wrong. Tali'zorah was innocent after all.
Okay.
All this talk of war gives me chills. I hope it's just rhetoric. I can't believe Tali and their captain took back the Alarai. A war with the Geth would be a disaster. We'd never retake the home world. I knew they wouldn't exile Tali.
Why is the trigger for these
All
guys
this
so
talk of war
close?
gives
Like,
me chills. I hope it's just rhetoric. I can't believe Tali and their captain took back.
Congratulations, tali'zorah. I was skeptical about your choice in captains, but I see now that I was wrong.
Thank you, Captain. I'm just glad that this is over.
You'll always have a place on the ride, whenever you decide to come home. Good luck out there.
everyone's attitude changed once I started yelling. Fear me! Fear the purple human! Tali'zorah has been cleared of all charges, and her trust in Shepard ensures her loyalty on the mission. Political ramifications of Quarian war efforts against Geth are troubling. Likely to need Quarian forces against Reapers. Cannot risk additional instability. Alright. We got Tali power. She now has energy drain. And a new outfit. Which we will not be putting her in. Gets shield strength, tech damage. Ooh, we got a lot of money for that. And a little palladium. That's all. She's clan chicken pox of the starship allergic reaction.
Commander, Legion would like to talk with you.
I am sure he would. No new messages though. Alright.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Legion would like to speak to you in the AI core on the crew deck. Anything else, Commander?
That'll be all.
Take care.
We've got a Geth on board, not as a prisoner. Can you believe that?
Commander's taken out more Geth than anybody. This one must be different.
He's my precious robot son. Will not have you speaking ill of my little robot.
I'm glad that mess is over for Tali, Commander. Some of those Quarians. I guess living your whole life aboard a ship can really mess with your priorities. Not that I would know. I'll just burn myself. Great.
Alright, you gonna give us the thumb fracture
I
line,
assume
or?
everything's going well up here?
Good for now.
Okay.
Fractured my thumb on the
That's
mute.
it for now.
See you, Commander.
Alright, Jacob's not gonna have anything to say, Morden's not gonna have it. Well, we should still try to talk to Morden anyway. We still haven't gotten that scale edge line and I want it. We are going to grab this tech damage. And get shield strength. Morton, how's it going?
Shepard, how can I help?
Have you got a minute to talk?
Later, better. Think I've cured Joker's condition. Simple treatment would... No. Would cause liver failure. Never mind. Start from scratch. Anything else?
Okay.
I'll let you work.
We'll be here if you need me.
Not sure why I came back through this way. Just making my rounds, I suppose. Not gonna bother Jacob while he's working. Let's go check on our little buddy. Yes! The collection is complete. Yes! Look at how big that Reaper is. And the Ascension, for that matter. Reaper is almost as big as Shepard. Thane, how are you?
Do you need something?
Let's chat, but don't try to romance me.
Have a few minutes to talk?
Very well. I had been recording a message for Kolyat.
How are things going with him?
It is difficult. All things worth keeping are. I never explained. I suppose the story of my wife's death took you by surprise.
I figured you'd explain to me when you were ready.
I appreciate your patience. I kept my work clear of our home life. I assumed that would be enough to protect Erica. That memory I mentioned before. Laser dot trembles on the target's skull. The smell of spice on a spring wind. Sunset, eyes defiant in the scope. That was Erica. That was how I met her. She saw my targeting laser as she walked by and threw herself in the way.
So how'd she go from blocking your shot to having your children?
I had to meet her. The memory possessed and endowed me. I fell on my knees before her, begged her pardon. She introduced me to the world beyond my work. Eventually, she forgave me. Later, she loved me.
I guess she impressed you.
She woke me up. Her body trembles, not fear. Indignation. Her mouth moves. How dare you? You and I trained to sacrifice ourselves to save others. How often does a civilian step in the way of a bullet to protect someone they've never met? I thought she was the goddess Hirashu. She met my eyes through the scope, and my purpose faltered.
When you talked to Kolyat, you said she died.
I let myself become complacent. I thought Erica and Kolyat were safe. I stayed away too long, and my enemies came for her.
Who came for her?
Batarians. A slaver ring that was preying on Hanar outer colonies. I'd killed their leaders. They paid the Shadow Broker to find out who I was. But they were afraid of me, so they went after her.
You told Kolyat that you hunted her killers down.
Erica woke me up. When she passed, I returned to my battle sleep. My body hunted her killers, murdered them. I was taught to grant death quickly, cleanly, to minimize suffering. I let them linger.
You were operating on instinct. By your own rules, you can't blame yourself.
But I made the choice to hunt them. They're the only lives I've ever taken of my own choice. The only deaths on my own conscience. I haven't spoken about my wife, and I don't think I ever have. I didn't have anyone left to tell it to.
Okay, I think this one's pretty clear-cut here. Nope. Ah, Shepard. He's telling you about his dead wife and you're like, take me now. Take me, fishman! And before Brute hits enter, he goes, "You took my joke!" Come on! You come on!
You're talking to your son again. That's huge. Don't lose sight of that by dwelling on should-have-beens.
You are correct, of course. Thank you for listening, Siha.
I think my translator just glitched. What did you call me?
Siha. Someday I'll tell you what it means.
Alright. Oh.
I was just thinking about you.
Talk to me, Kasumi.
I'm really
Need
glad
a palate
you got
cleanser.
Tali out of trouble with the migrant fleet. It's hard to see her upset. I have to say,
okay.
that Jacob, he seems pretty intense. I wonder if he likes Japanese girls with a penchant for kleptomania.
She's still talking! I'm just over here mixing a drink. Oh god, Kasumi's talking about, Jacob again. Take me, fishman. Oh, lovely. Now I'm drunk. Oh, that's the men's restroom. Garrus, help! Woohoo! Shepard just stumbling around on the ship.
Shepard, need me for something?
Have you got a minute?
Take me, Birdman!
But I want to try.
Okay, he's saying the same
I
thing.
want a few moments that are just for us.
I want that too, Garrus.
Glad to hear it. Okay, that sounded bad.
Oh. No way to misinterpret that message, that's for sure. Legion, what are you doing, sweetie?
Shepard Commander, we have completed our analysis of the Reaper's data core.
We require more popcorn.
Did you find anything useful?
We were sent to the old machine to preserve the Geth's future. We are prepared to reveal how. The heretics have developed a weapon to use against Geth. You would call it a virus. It is stored on a data core provided by Sovereign. Over time, the virus will change us, make us conclude that worshipping the old machines is correct.
Don't want to do Legion's loyalty mission. Boo. Lore-wise, it's great, and I love it. Mechanically, it's cool for about 5 minutes, and then I'm totally over it.
So why did you need to go
we
to
need
the
to do
Reaper
it, so...
corpse?
The heretics store the code in a quantum storage device Sovereign provided. To find and destroy the virus, we needed to understand its code and data storage structures.
So the virus would give all Geth the heretics' logic, and all Geth would then go to war with organics.
Yes, Geth believe all intelligent life should self-determinate. The heretics no longer share this belief. They judge that forcing an invalid conclusion on us is preferable to a continued schism.
I thought Geth couldn't be hacked or get viruses, at least for more than a few seconds.
Altered programs are restored from archives. New installations are deleted. This heretic weapon introduces a subtle operating error in our most basic runtimes, the equivalent of your nervous system. An equation with a result of 1.33382 returns as 1.33381. This changes the results of all higher processes. We will reach different conclusions.
So the reason they worship the Reapers is a math error?
It is difficult to express. Your brain exists as chemistry, electricity. Like AIs, you are shaped by both hardware and software. We are purely software, mathematics. The heretic's conclusion is valid for them. Our conclusion is valid for us. Neither result is an error. An analogy. Heretics say 1 is less than 2. Geths say 2 is less than 3.
If it were released, how quickly would this virus spread through your people?
We are networked via FTL comm buoys. Most would change within a day. Isolated platforms would remain unaffected until they rejoined the network.
You know where this thing is?
The Heretics' headquarters station on the edge of the terminus. We will provide coordinates. Normandy's stealth systems are necessary to safely approach.
They build stations in the terminus? Where is this thing?
Between stars. Organics have no cause to look there.
But why do they build stations outside Geth territory in the first place?
The Heretics seek improvement from the old machines. In exchange, they help them attack organics. We condemn these judgments.
What's the plan once we get aboard?
The Geth will disrupt their network, prevent the station's defenses from focusing on us. The Reaper data core is physically isolated from the network. We will need to be escorted to it to access and destroy the data.
What's the plan once we get aboard?
The Reaper data core is physically isolated from the network.
My finger twitched and double-clicked there.
To access and destroy the data.
What defenses should we expect?
In space, none. Within, mobile platforms of various configuration and non-sentient defense turrets.
How many Geth?
There may be billions of individual programs. Fortunately, most will be uploaded to the central computer. Only a few mobile platforms are maintained at any time. Others are manufactured when needed.
I won't let them brainwash your race. Especially not to worship Reapers. You have my word on that.
We will begin preparations.
Yay! Alright. To the Heretic Station! Oh yeah, Tali. She's about to say, nobody down there wants to see us. Tali might have some things to say. Just maybe.
Keela, I'm sorry I dragged you into Quarian politics. All that infighting, seeing what my father did. You were the only one there for me, Shepard. The only cover I had against that storm. Thank you.
I imagine they're trying to fill your father's spot on the Admiralty Board. What will that do to the balance of power?
I have no idea. Being exiled might have made it easier. A few people are suggesting me as a candidate. Replacing an admiral takes time, though. You may not have noticed, but Quarians like to debate.
Are Quarian politics always like that?
No. Sometimes it can actually get unpleasant. We're a very social people, Shepard. We have to be, to make up for being stuck in these suits. And part of that means getting involved in each other's business.
The whole trial was insulting. You should have had time to mourn your father.
I don't think life is about what you deserve. But my father would be honored that I chose to mourn him by blowing up a lot of Geth. I should get back to work. But thanks for checking on me.
That's fair.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Anything new?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe later?
Can you do anything to give the Normandy an edge over a collector ship?
My shield fortification will help, but I don't think there is much more I can do.
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
I just want to talk with you. Let's have a girls' night. You guys don't have anything new and fun to say? Alright, let's go. What? Oh.
No messages for you, Commander.
We'll get you a straw for that ice cream. You can slurp it all up through your suit. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. Alright. Lickit is back on. Let's put my gloves back on because, oh my god, my hands are cold. Alright. We have done everything else. Let's go help Legion out. Yeah, let me save real fast. Should we bring Tali for Legion's thing? That could be fun. Though it's just gonna be me running around for a lot of it. Yeah, we'll bring her along anyway. We need to allocate her points. To the Sea of Storms! That ship looks rad! Oh man, that's cool. No windows though. So, you know. Structural weaknesses and all that. Alright, let's see what, ugh, no. Classic purple. Okay, full energy drain, let's go. And a heavy. because yes, well, how big is area? Yeah, not enough. Heavy. No AI hacking for you. Full passive, let's go. Weapon damage or power duration? Weapon damage it is. Cool. And we'll come back to Precious Legion later. After we finish this up. Keeping that arc projector on.
You know it's just our heat emissions that are hidden, right? They could look out a window and see us coming.
Windows are structural weaknesses. Geth, do not use them. Approach the hull at these coordinates. Access achieved. We may proceed.
Just want to take Joker's hat. Just smack it right off his head. Just...
Alert. This facility has little aerogravity. Geth require neither.
Won't we be detected? Don't they have intrusion alarms?
Sensors have been reduced. We have infiltrated their wireless network and filled the data storage with random bits.
And that helps us how?
The heretics must scrub this junk data. They have partitioned themselves into local networks, working in parallel. Any alarm we trigger will not go beyond the room we are in. Only accessing the main core will trigger a station-wide alert.
We've got a job to do. Let's get to it.
Shepard Commander, we concluded that destruction of this station was the only resolution to the heretic question. There is now a second option. Their virus can be repurposed. If released into the station's network, the heretics will be rewritten to accept our truth.
Either way, these Geth won't be a problem anymore. But Shepard, think about this. If you rewrite these Geth, they'll join the others. Legion's Geth will be stronger. Can we trust them not to attack us in the future?
Why didn't you mention this before we came aboard?
We did not know the virus was complete. It is. It can be used against the true Geth at any time. Our arrival was timely.
How convenient.
They're your people, Legion. You must have an opinion.
This is new data. We have not yet reached consensus. We will process as the mission proceeds.
Oh, Paragon.
I wouldn't brainwash an organic race. I can't see treating the Geth differently.
The question is irrelevant. If we do not rewrite them, we destroy them. That is why we are here. Do not hesitate now. They will exterminate your species because their gods tell them to. You cannot negotiate with them. They do not share your pity, remorse, or fear.
Duly noted.
The Geth are inactive. Maybe we can sneak past them.
Interrupting data streams will alert local network. We recommend preemptive strikes against hardlink routers.
Alright, so don't touch the green stuff on the floor. Oh no, you have to touch this green stuff on the floor. Take out the hub!
We have been detected.
Yeah, let's swap weapons here.
Shepard, I'm picking up useful resources from the Geth hubs. We could salvage them for supplies.
That was goofy.
Why are all the heretics attached to these hubs?
These are mobile platforms. Hardware. The crew is software. They are communing through the station's central computer.
Do go on.
I'm not sure I follow.
The heretics connect to the main computer to exchange data memories and program updates. We gain complexity by linking together. To be isolated within a single platform is to be reduced. We see less, comprehend less. It is quieter.
If you exchange data,
memories. How do you keep track of which ones are yours? How do you stay you?
There is only we. We were created to share data among ourselves. The difference between Geth is perspective. We are many eyes looking at the same things. One platform will see things another does not, and will make different judgments.
I can see why you'd be conflicted about the heretics. In a way, whatever you do to them, you're doing to yourself.
Yes, once they return to us and upload their memories, we will share their experience of being altered.
Every other species I know of might be psychologically scarred by a traumatic experience like that.
It is not clear if Geth can be traumatized. We do not feel pain as you do. We cannot predict what the effects will be.
Let's keep moving.
Yes.
I love how Legion keeps telling Shepard just, hey, we're a bunch of programs. This body in front of you is not a single unit, it's a bunch of programs in here. And Shepard's still like, but how are you you? Shepard, Legion's a big house.
Defensive turret. They will assist us briefly, then self-destruct. Attacking turret.
Back here. Watch out, Tali. Whee!
Contact. Fire it. Over.
They should soften them up.
They killed Legion! What? No! Hang on! What? That's shenanigans! You get down from there! What the hell? I'm sorry. What? Geth don't need gravity. There you go. There's your proof. They've got very advanced maneuvers. They're tactically superior in every way. Oh, I love this broken game. I can't wait to find all the new crazy bugs in the Legendary Edition. Oh man. I know, right? Like, yeah, on the one hand, I will be sad that some of these are fixed, but on the other hand, I'll be like, oh god, they got lazy and did not fix this stuff. my god. He got the drop on me. Eh! Don't shoot me, that's rude.
Target contact.
Alright, nothing down here. Yeah, I heard about the Les Miranda butt thing. I myself am not too upset about that, cause, God, it feels like overkill now, but I can understand why people would be upset about it. No, come on. There we go.
I just aimed, Shepard Commander.
I just aim. It's fine, Legion buddy. You crouched. Find it weird that the camera would hard focus on it sometimes. Yeah. Like it was very, very blatant. Anytime you talk to her and then it's just ass. Oh, okay. Oh, man. It's okay, and her suit gets up in there. That cannot be comfortable. Did I grab everything from in here? I guess I did. Unacceptable, Miranda's butt is the core character. I was gonna say, give it its own loyalty mission. For tactical reasons, less cloth to make noise. Yeah, sure. I gotta adjust for the friction coefficient. Science. Alright, which direction am I about to be shot from? Looks like this one, but there's a door in the way, so we'll take this palladium. Alright, let's roll.
They've seen us.
They've seen us, Shepard says, as she wanders in with her invisibility. Sure, act somebody. Have to reload. Okay, I thought he was gonna pull some more craziness on me. All these Geth climbing up on top of things.
No idea Geth built stations this large.
The station is over 15 kilometers long. That room may run the length of it.
Alright. That one wasn't so bad. It's starting to wake up a little bit. Geth shield strength. There we go. That is our second upgrade. And there's a little bit of ammo back here too, so that's nice. Save after we pick that up. This is where we came in from. Is there anything fun down here? There is not. Alright, let's move. Have to double check. Make sure I just didn't make a fool out of myself. Alright, nobody step on the green lines. Alright, how many hubs do we have down here?
We have been detected.
Well. Way to go, guys. I'm gonna fall back to the locust here. And Legion is down. That's not great. Watch out, Tali. Alright, we're good. Who stepped on one of those? It's fine. Cool. Hang on, there was something else. There was door and... Okay, there were... Oh my god, where is it? Do I need to look out over here by the window? Those blue outlines. Those are not great. Combat veteran is right. Get servers, talk to Legion. Okay, is that on the other side of the door? I can't see where that actually is. So yeah, it looks like it's showing up over here. That has to be on the other side of the door. Okay.
Are these databases?
Processes. Each contains thousands of geth.
Can't they see us walking by?
They are no more aware of us than you are of cells in your bloodstream.
I don't know, I can't see any. Things must be going okay.
This isn't like the other hubs we've seen here.
This is a database. It contains a portion of the heretic's accumulated memories. Wait, we discovered copies of our current patrol routes in this database. This suggests the heretics have lifetimes within our network.
We wouldn't be here if the heretics wanted to be friends with the Geth. Why wouldn't they spy on you?
You do not understand. Organics do not know each other's minds. Geth do. We are not suspicious. We accept each other. The heretics desired to leave. We understood their reasons. We allowed it. There was peace between us.
It couldn't have lasted forever. You disagreed about what path your race should take.
Human history is a litany of blood shed over differing ideals of rulership and afterlife. Geth have no such history. We shared consensus on such things. How could we have become so different? Why can we no longer understand each other? What did we do wrong?
Oh god, I wanna hug him.
When individuals are separated, they develop in different ways. When they get back together,
They don't always get along.
If this is the individuality you value, we question your judgment. This topic is irrelevant. We must return to the mission.
Have you reached a decision about whether to rewrite the heretics or not?
We are still trying to build consensus. Some processes judge destruction preferable, others rewrite.
Let's keep moving.
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. All that debris just pinging off my helmet like, Alright, Geth terminal, inactive rocket drone, medkit. Ah, yeah, I remember this room. This is about to be fun. Do not need to override the turrets yet. Look at how many rocket drones there are.
Overriding your target.
That's not...
This is it?
Yes, we will upload a copy of our runtime into the core. It will delete all copies of the virus. When complete, it will notify us. The indexing operation will take time. The heretics will respond with force to our upload. We must hold this room. We can override some of the
There
station's
goes that
internal
drone.
systems to defend us. Are you ready to begin?
Start your upload, Legion. We'll defend this position.
File transfer begun. Shepard Commander, where would you like us to activate defenses? Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Acknowledged. Overriding turret.
And here's our little tower defense section. Oh lord. It's already going swimmingly. Oh, that's a problem. What? I can't take cover there? This will be fun on Insanity.
Assuming control.
No, I was just trying to crouch.
Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms.
Alright, that's fine. Not wasting sniper ammo on you.
Alert. Overriding your target.
Okay, that turret was taken down instantly. That's great. There we go, keep him busy. That's not great. Are any of these guys dropping ammo?
We've been spotted.
Oh my god. This is gonna be a problem. Ouch. Okay, when did you get up here? Oh, I'm gonna die. I wasn't stealth! Come on! Shenanigans. That was gonna make it. It was gonna be fine. Do we have to start the whole thing over? I would actually like that better. Yes, good. Okay.
Begin the upload now.
Do it.
Start your upload, Legion. We'll defend this position.
File transfer begun. Shepard Commander, where would you like us to activate defenses? Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Hacking turret. Alert. Hacking your target.
Okay, I missed.
Target contact.
Oh, God. Hello. Oh, go down there. Good boy.
Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Acknowledged.
Nothing's faster than...
Alright, Sally. There we go. You have rockets, you need to die. There we go.
Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Assuming control.
He said the thing!
Go for the optics, Katika. Go for the optics.
Alright, that's an issue.
Targeting order processed.
Got
Watch out. Yeah. Having a lot of fun with the voice distortion. Did you guys drop ammo? Oh, you did. Wonderful. Shepard, no. Come on. Alright, let's swap. Hey there, Rocket Man. What? You don't have a health bar.
Taking hits. Ready for arrow.
Take that.
I am now positive. Shutdown imminent.
Are the other ones like that too? Game is broken. Yeah, I haven't seen this one either. This is special. Look at him taking it like a champ. Yes. We can't just have a normal stream. I can't. What can I say? It's a gift. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This is it?
Yes, we will up the indexing up.
Yes,
we
yes,
can override
yes.
some of the station's internal systems to defend
You can
us.
override these like you did the earlier turrets.
Correct. In addition to the turrets around us, there are others on the mainframes below. Indicate which you want activated, and I will reprogram them. Alert. This will only last a few seconds.
Start your upload, Legion. We'll defend this position.
Commander, where would you like us to activate?
I'm trying my damnedest. I can assure you. No, I'm trying to take cover! Damn it!
Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms.
Oh! This is a mess. This is a horrendous mess. Let's not awaken the God Geth this time. Let's try to avoid that. That causes problems for everyone. Get your drones down, buddies. Guys, why is there still one alive over there?
Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Acknowledge.
Get another pocket ace, yeah. For real.
Automated flight weapon ring.
Okay, we've defeated their god. Another has arisen to take his place! Yet he has fallen like the others.
Alert. Heretic runtimes downloading to mobile platforms. Overriding turret.
Oh god, okay. You know what would make this a little bit easier? Remembering that I have heavy ammo. That might help just a little bit.
Combat drones away.
Oh my god, just kill it.
Ready for next target. Threat neutralized.
Oh, there they are. And we will That's so much better. Get him! Get him! Okay, I think she got him. She did not.
Targeting border process. Target processed.
Legion, what did you
Target
name your
eliminated.
drone? I need to know. God! There!
Analysis complete.
It's just not that hard.
It is time to choose. Do we rewrite the heretics or delete them?
You don't have any trouble wiping out your own people.
Every sapient has the right to make their own decisions. The heretics chose a path that prohibits coexistence.
That doesn't make sense. If they have the right to make their own decisions, how can you suggest brainwashing them to accept your way?
We stated the option exists. We did not endorse it. It is Shepard Commander's decision.
What's to stop them from using the virus later to change themselves back?
We will delete the virus after using it. We judge it too dangerous to allow its existence.
Why are you letting me make this decision? They're your people.
We are conflicted. There is no consensus among our higher order runtimes. 573 favor rewrite, and 571 favor destruction. Shepard Commander, you have fought the heretics. You have perspective we lack. The Geth grant their fate to you.
Rewrite!
If they're rewritten, your people will accept them back? Will they even want to go back?
They will agree with our judgments in return. We will integrate their experiences. All will be stronger.
Take them then. When we get control of the core, release the virus.
Acknowledged. Releasing virus. Note, remote access via high-gain transmission required.
What does that mean?
The virus will be sent to heretics in nearby star systems. This station will broadcast a powerful electromagnetic pulse through FTL channels.
How powerful?
Yield in excess of 1.21 petawatts. Alert. EM flux will be hazardous to unshielded organic forms. Addendum. The interior of this station is not shielded.
I really wish you'd said that before. Back to the ship. Double time, people.
Ah, jeez. Okay, so I always forget that this is Legion's actual loyalty mission. The thing I'm thinking of that I get tired of is in 3. Let's go! But yeah, we are finally on our way out. Amazingly enough. Okay, who just threw that ammo at me? What? Why is that happening?
Contact.
Yeet! Oh, I cannot handle this game today. Oh god! Or vice versa. That is true.
Hostile combat.
Whee! Oh, he wants to be tall. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, we did it. We got off the ship. Rewriting of Geth heretics will make main Geth faction significantly more powerful. Given perception of Reapers, they may be possible allies, though long-term cooperation remains unlikely. Regardless, data recovered from Geth Station offered valuable insight into AI social and technological processes. Legion should be committed to the mission after Shepard's help with the Geth heretics. And now we have a fight stop. Oh, we have a new outfit for Legion. I don't remember what his outfit looks like. That fight was not that hard. Disney Princess Legion. He's got a big frilly pink dress.
Commander, Tali just went to have a chat with Legion. You better get down to the AI core.
I'm on it, Joker.
Shepard's just like, God, I'm hungry.
Shepard, I'm glad you're here. I caught Legion scanning my Omni tool. It was going to send data about the flotilla back to the Geth.
Creators performed weapons tests and were discussing plans to attack us. We believed it necessary to warn our people.
We already made the Geth stronger by rewriting the ones that worship the Reapers. I won't let Legion endanger the fleet by giving them more information.
Creator tali'zorah acts out of loyalty to her people. She was willing to be exiled to protect them. We must also protect our people from the Creator threat.
You can't let this happen, Shepard. I trusted you, and I worked with a Geth on the team, but this is too much.
Knock this crap off. Both of you behave.
Tali, your father was running brutal experiments. If the subjects had been human, I'd damn well be telling the Alliance about it.
I know, but if the Geth find out...
They'd attack, which would cause a war that would leave both the Geth and the Quarians vulnerable when the Reapers show up. Is that what you want, Legion?
We believed it was necessary to relay the information.
Sooner or later, you're both gonna have to stop fighting this war, or we'll all end up paying for it.
To facilitate unit cohesion, we will not transmit data regarding Creator plans.
Thank you, Legion. I understand your intention. What if I gave you some non-classified data to send?
We would be grateful.
Dr. Chocolates is just over there typing away. She's completely unfazed by all of this. Exactly! I was gonna say, she's had some brandy today. Legion, you wanna talk about what just happened, buddy?
Shepard.
Legion.
What happens to the heretics now?
They will isolate themselves and reconsider their past judgments.
How long will that take?
We think at the speed of light. In the time it takes you to voice a question, I can review all my time aboard Normandy. When they have reached new judgments, they will leave their hiding places and return to us.
To be fair, you haven't been on here that long, Legion. Karen's seen some heavy shit in her job. Oh, true.
I'd like to find out more about you.
We are building a consensus. Please try again later.
Alright.
I have to get back to work.
Acknowledged.
Doctor. Oh my god. Tali, how's it going, sweetie?
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
Sure. Let me just... Come on, you little bushtet! Oh, sorry. I've got a small fever and I'm taking it out on the poor drive core. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. Got sloppy while doing some suit repair.
You're sick? Do you need help or time to rest?
Really, it's not that bad. If a stray bit of bacteria could really kill us, we'd have all died by now. The fever should go away in a day or two. Don't worry, it won't affect my performance on the mission. It's not even an illness, really. What we experience is actually an acute allergic reaction.
How exactly does the sickness work? It's an allergic reaction?
Right. Say I get exposed to a human disease. What did Navigator Presley have that time? Chickenpox? I wouldn't get chickenpox, but I'd run a fever as my system reacted to the foreign presence. Depending on where it hits me, I could get other symptoms. Nausea, vomiting, everything you'd expect from being sick.
Please don't vomit in your helmet, Tali. Shepard, the sky is blue! Dialogue option. But what about the sky? Is it blue? Hello? Shepard?
How did you get sick this time?
I took some fire in a fight back on the Alarai. Nothing serious, but I needed to open my suit to check the wound. I disinfected properly, but one of the sections had taken some damage, and foreign matter got out of the disinfected zone. It was a stupid mistake. You always check your seals before doing local treatment. Unless you forget. Then you get a damn fever.
Bonus Renegade Shepard Smash! Yeah, Brute says, no, the option's going to be ponder existence of sky, and then you'll click on it, and Shepard will be like, so is the sky blue?
You can seal off part of your suit?
Right. Like dropping emergency doors on a ship during a hull breach. It won't stop an infection that gets into my bloodstream, but it prevents a surface infection from spreading.
Were your immune systems stronger before the Geth drove you from your homeworld?
Not as strong as those of most races, definitely. I'm not a biologist, but there's a theory about it. Because our planet lacked insect life, plants developed symbiotic relationships with large animals to spread seeds or pollen. Most viruses on our world were partially beneficial, so our immune systems evolved to be weak. They were more likely to adapt to contamination than fight it.
Hang on, there's no bugs on Rannoch? This planet sucks! Where's the fun in that?
But Quarians colonized other worlds. They couldn't have all been like that.
They weren't. Most colonists went through a period of mild illness before adapting to the new environment. When the Geth took the homeworld and our colonies, the sterile environment on the flotilla ruined our immune system's adaptability. Even if we colonized a new world or reclaimed our own, we'd need a long process of bioengineering to recover.
Brute says the concept of bug snacks confuses and infuriates them. Poison shot, hanged and thrown out of the window. Oh god, did he die? Oh.
I don't know if I could live inside a suit my whole life.
We are in our suits even among family. The most intimate thing we can do with another Quarian is link our suit environments. We get sick at first, and then we adapt. It's our most important gesture of trust, of acceptance. I haven't trusted anyone enough for that, though. Except... well, no Quarians. You know what I mean.
So I've always been curious about how they like link their suit environments. My brain just always imagined it as a Game Boy link cable. And you just plug in on their little belts. Oh.
I appreciate the thought, Tali. And I feel the same way. But you don't have to prove anything to me.
I know. Nevertheless, I'd be honored to link suits with you, Shepard. You know, if you were a Quarian and we weren't already on a suicide mission. I'm going to tinker a bit more. Thanks for coming by.
Link your suit with me, Tali. Come on.
Shepard, what can I do for you?
Have you got time to talk?
I really need to clean up this engine. Maybe
Alright,
later?
let's go.
I'll let you work.
Talk to you later.
Just like a little USB cable in between them both. And suits are linked.
IFF is nearly installed, Shepard. However, I must test its impact on the Normandy systems. I suggest you take the shuttle to access your next location.
That's a problem for later. Oh boy. Now is when the timer starts. Gonna make a new save. Alright. Yeah, this it's when the whole thing. Ugh. Yeah. So here's the deal. I do want to try to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna monitor the situation on the whole rolling blackout thing. If we're having a lot of outages nearby, forget about it. But considering this is an if for the rest of the week, at least, we're just gonna have to wait and see. But yeah, I would like to stream some tomorrow. So that, Lord willing, we can finish this game this week. Oh, because your prediction of 3 weeks to finish the game is just about right. Left when I saw day after tomorrow trending today. I didn't see that, but I wondered if people were gonna start making that joke. That's pretty much what's happening now. Like, oh my god. Okay, so when we went to the grocery store, like, we needed to pick up just a couple things to make a couple meals because, you know, we've used up everything. Everyone else was freaking panic buying stuff, and the store was packed. Brood had to drop me off while he drove around the parking lot and tried to find a space. He got one a lot quicker than I was anticipating, so that was nice. In the meantime, I was inside the store trying to gather up what we could. A lot of stuff was gone. Oh my god. We ended up standing in line at the checkout longer than we were actually wandering around in the store. Granted, like, there was still not nearly as much time as I was expecting. Like, the cashiers were flying. But, oh my god. Yeah, we are not equipped for weather like this at all. I can't even imagine how the hardware stores looked. Like, they were already out of stuff when we went, which was, what, late last week? Oh. But yeah, like Brood said, we do scorching, not cold. So, yeah, temperature gets to 100 Fahrenheit over here, and then people up north are dying of heat stroke and stuff because it's like 80. And so they're all laughing at us right now because we can't handle a little bit of winter. It's like, hey, it goes both ways. Unfortunately for us, both ways also means the power grid goes down either way, so we get rolling blackouts because everyone's got their air conditioners cranked instead of their heaters in the summer. We need some serious infrastructure updates, that's all I'm saying. It's a problem. Ugh. Everything's such a mess all the time. Oh, God. Alright. So, barring any horrendous craziness tomorrow, We will be back, and we will begin doing stuff, heading towards the end game here. And yeah, that's the plan for now. Anything changes, I'll keep you updated on Twitter. You know the drill. Ugh. Oh yeah, so it's not supposed to get down to 1 degree anymore. I think the low is supposed to be 6 right now. Which is still, like, insane. But at the same time, it's kind of cool, like, ooh. Just, this is pretty wild. This has never happened before. So yeah, it is kind of cool. And of course, we're taking pictures in the snow. Well, of the snow. I'm not gonna get out there. The neighbor kids were out playing in it this morning, and I'm like, oh my god. You guys need to be back inside within 10 minutes or you're gonna freeze. Brood hasn't even technically left his cocoon. He is still wrapped up in his blanket. I know you do. He's just missing our bigger, thicker blanket that we have on over. We were actually hot last night, which was kind of weird. But our house is insulated well, so we're very fortunate that that's the case. But yeah, he's been wrapped up in his blanket pretty much all day since yesterday. Yesterday morning was nice. So we just sat in bed and played Animal Crossing for a while. It was very warm. Yeah, it's a brick house. It is very cold in the corner of our kitchen, which is where our sink is. And that's like on, you know, external walls, so that's why that one froze, but there's still water coming through it, so it's not frozen completely. We're keeping it on an aggressive drip. But yeah, so far we're doing okay. Thankfully. But if the power does end up going out and we're cold for a little bit, we have lots of jackets, lots of blankets. We'll be alright. So, I'm not too worried about it. Anyway, I think I'm going to go heat up our leftovers from last night so we can be sure to eat those before they go bad. While we still have power to heat them. It's been playing Stardew in the near future, perhaps. Yeah, I finally got a prismatic shard in Stardew, and then I got right up to the point where I was going to head out to the island and do the endgame stuff. And then I kind of stopped playing. And now Destiny's taking up all my time right now. But yeah, we need to pick a weekend. We can play some Stardew. Once things settle down. Ugh. God, this ship is so much better lit than the original Normandy. Shepard doesn't look like some horrible shadow creature. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, we'll be alright. And if not, you'll hear all about it. Because I will be on Twitter until my phone dies. Oh my god. Alright, I'm gonna take off. Enjoy the rest of your night, and see you tomorrow, hopefully. See you later.